It feels like an absolute eternity has passed since I last subjected myself to the sheer torment of trying to secure Albedo for this cursed account. The last time this guy was available on the Mondstadt Chronicle banner, it was a complete disaster. There were 2 other major Geo characters running concurrently, and since my pity on the Chronicle banner was practically non-existent, I had to make the painful, tactical choice to abandon the Chalk Boy and focus my resources elsewhere. However, over the last couple of days, I've been quietly funneling every spare scrap of premium currency I could scavenge into his current banner. Did I record those pulls? Absolutely. Are you ever going to see that footage? Not a chance, because the game handed me absolutely nothing but weapon XP and unfiltered depression, which brings us to my current predicament, executing my absolute least favorite activity in all of Teyvat. Sarcasm fully engaged, it's time to frantically speedrun Primogems. I've already bled the Paimon shop dry, those wishes are gone. And the most ironic part of all this, Albedo is one of the original, oldest Geo units in Genshin history, yet he remains the sole missing puzzle piece in my Geo-Only empire. My options are severely restricted right now. The Imaginarium Theater is currently a dead zone for Geo characters, meaning my only real lifelines are the active events, specifically the Stygian Onslaught. I already sweated through one of the hard mode stages off camera just to farm some artifact fodder, but I saved the rest of the suffering for you guys. The main issue here is that the game's hard difficulty actively demands that you use specific elemental reactions to clear the mechanics smoothly, but on a Mono-Geo account, we don't do reactions, we just throw rocks. So my strategy is to just violently brute force my way through the enemy waves, and surprisingly, it works. 26 seconds to obliterate both waves. Not bad at all. Right now, I am hovering around 38 pity on the banner. I have 0 backup plan. I basically have to brainwash myself into believing I'm going to win the 50-50, because if I don't, it's game over. Honestly, I'm terrified I won't even see a golden meteor. At least I don't have to stress about a weapon banner since Hoyoverse locked his best-in-slot Cinnabar Spindle in the vault forever. Okay, reality check. How on earth do I fund this operation? I am sitting at a frankly embarrassing 47% exploration for the new region. On my challenge side accounts, I actively dodge exploration like it's a plague. It takes me long enough to 100% regions on my main account. Doing it twice is psychological warfare. But desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm currently stuck trying to solve a puzzle, and I've hit this mechanism 3 times and it is completely ghosting me. Did it break? Excuse me? Eventually, I figured it out, but I am legally obligated not to tell you how long it took. My new grand strategy is to just sprint around like a maniac, ripping open any wooden chest I trip over until I hit the magical 40% exploration mark. Finally, I hit 40%. That grants me a pathetic 100 Primogems. Add that to the daily commission reset, and congratulations to me, I have secured exactly 1 single pull. I hate this. The developers think they're playing on my nostalgia by making me replay these old cutscenes for the event, but I've created so many alternate accounts that this entire sequence is giving me aggressive déjà vu.
Let's talk about the absolute irony of this new tavern event. The traveler isn't legally allowed to consume a single drop of alcohol in Teyvat, but Hoyoverse has no problem making us clock in for a shift to serve it. Wild. Mixing drinks is cute, but I'm here for the combat, Primogems. But as per usual, the developers have completely ignored my demographic. The objective explicitly demands swirl reactions. Shockingly, throwing a boulder at an enemy does not cause a swirl. So what do? I just hold the attack button and walk in a circle, completely ignoring the mechanics. And somehow my score maxes out instantly. Amazing. Next stage, they want plunging attacks. Fine, I will give you clunky, awkward plunging attacks off a Geo construct. Boom, 100,000 points. The next stage demands the frozen reaction. Oh, don't you worry, I've got the ultimate frozen team. When you think about it philosophically, isn't Zhongli's petrification just spicy ice? Behold, the Geo freeze. Ah yes, a ruin guard spawning on the literal roof of my pillar. Flawless game design. Finally, we get to the Night Soul stage. The buffs here are utterly useless for my roster, but the walk in a circle and spam attack strategy prevails again. The combat event is officially cleared. After surviving a completely disorienting bird flight minigame with inverted controls, I finally have a tiny stockpile of gems. It is time to face the gacha. I know the comments are going to scream at me for doing single pulls instead of 10 pulls. Listen to me, if I had a billionaire's bank account, I would drop 10 pulls all day. But on this specific banner, the second I see Albedo's smug face, I am slamming the brakes to save every leftover gem for future characters. The single pulls begin. A purple meteor, it's a cryo character, useless. Another purple, useless. I am hovering around 50 pity. This is psychological torture. I can't take the slow burn anymore. I break my cardinal rule and hit the 10 pull button. A golden meteor shoots across the sky, the music swells, the silhouette appears. It's Lisa? Wait, no, an early gold? Noelle? Look, Noelle, I love you. You are the backbone of the Geo element, but you are not the Chief Alchemist. This is exactly why I tell people, if creating content wasn't my actual job, my wallet would be safe. Characters have reruns, your bank account does not. But I physically cannot make a video titled Albedo Pulls without acquiring the man himself. After swiping my actual credit card in pure defeat, the golden meteor finally arrives. Hello, my boy. Welcome to the account, you slimy little homunculus. I apologize for the insults. I had my fingers crossed behind my back. I am left with exactly 3 wishes. 3. Incredible. Acquiring Albedo was just the appetizer. The real nightmare is the ascension process. Because I don't have his signature weapon, I have to spitefully craft him the flute. Deal with it, chalk boy.
Now I have to farm the Geo Hypostasis. Let me explain why this is a catastrophic issue for a Geo-Only account. I do absolutely 0 damage to the boss's constructs. Geo is immune to Geo. I tried using Navia's Claymore. I tried Edo. Nothing works. I had to rip the artifacts off my roster and construct a Frankenstein physical damage build for Noelle just to shatter the final pillars. It took me 30 actual minutes of my life just to beat this geometric nightmare 5 times. After wrestling with co-op glitches in the sea of bygone eras to find local specialties, and kicking the child weekly boss into another dimension for talent materials, we reached the final boss, Artifact RNG. I have no character XP left. I have no artifact fodder left. I feed a high-level artifact into a new piece, and the stats roll entirely into flat defense. I despise RNG with every fiber of my being. I eventually strip some mediocre artifacts off Chiori and slap them onto Albedo. He is critically lacking in crit rate, but he is functional. Let's see what this scuffed duct tape build can actually do. I deploy his elemental skill, 4,000 damage, 10,000 damage, okay, a 13,000 damage tick. I am a realist. I already know this team cannot survive the horrors of Spiral Abyss floor 12, so we are taking a victory lap on floor 11. Having that consistent off-field damage is actually incredible. The synergy is finally there. The final chamber falls and we secure the effortless full clear. The Geo Empire is finally united. It is complete. Except it's not. Literally yesterday, Hoyoverse drip marketed a brand new character, and guess what element they are? Geo. We suffered a massive drought of Geo characters for years, and now they are rapid firing them into the game while my bank account is on life support. The suffering never truly ends. If you enjoyed watching my sanity actively crumble into dust today, do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.